Now, Jeezy the Snowman, that was one hell of a campaign. Influential, you know what I mean? Like when he came into the industry, he took that motherfucker by storm, and you played a part in it. So for somebody who's starting out into the promotion game, what all went into that to make Jeezy a household name as far as promotion goes?
Man, that was crazy. That was relentless street work. We didn't have the internet yet, so we had to build these artists nationally. So we deployed a national street team. Dwight ran it, and I put the play together, put the strategies together with them. And but in Atlanta, the hometown is where we just had to make sure there was poster boards on every poster, flyers in every store, girls walking around with Jeezy the Snowman, dudes, everybody with the Snowman t-shirts. You just had to like everywhere you turn. I made it snow in Georgia in the middle of the summer. You know what I mean? So when people seen all that Jeezy stuff, it was like, oh shit, this shit is on fire. Who is this nigga coming? Then, you know, his affiliations with being mad from the fam, that was just adding on to the fire. And it was just getting crazy, man. Shout out to Big Homie Beach, great dude. Learned a lot from him. We didn't talk a lot, but he came to my office a few times, and you know, just a few times I had dinner with him or things like that, or just being around. I'll never forget, like the first time I met him, somebody had tapped me. He was like, "Yo, you know, Big Dog want to holler at you." So I didn't know who he was or nothing like that, and I looked and I was like, "Yeah, we always seen him do, you know, pop bottles. Every time I seen him, he gave me a bottle." And we flew out to Cancun years ago. My man do this thing called Cancun Jump Rope. So they was out there, and he was like, "Yo, everybody's starting to ask who you are. You know, make sure you introduce people." Because I was getting, you know, pretty cool with him and my nigga Ills, and it was just a great moment, man. When you added all that synergy together, it just created like a movement that will never be duplicated. You know, that's why sometimes when I hear people say, "Well, do it again," or you know, if Jay and Dame be beefing, and Jay might say, "Make another hole," Dame can't make another hole, because it was that time and space that created that special moment. And a lot of times, those things come once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but it took relentless work. I mean, we didn't sleep. A lot of times, people in my office would just sleep in the office, camp out, and we just was on top of it, dominating. And I think that's what led my company to help launch so many other artists and TV shows, or you know, liquor brands or whatever else we did.
Got you. Now, one of the things that needs to be highlighted about your marketing and promotion scheme was it was a crew of all females, all women. So
I'm glad you said that, because that's very instrumental. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah.
No. So that's real. It's like Raekwon coming out with the purple tape. You know, you setting yourself apart. So coming in, what was the first initial reaction when you hit the streets and it's nothing but girls promoting these acts?
So everybody know, like that is true. That was what I'm known for. It's funny you said that. That I don't even know how that whole thing slipped my mind, because that's what built my company. You know, was having an all-female street team. So I'm like one of the originators of the all-female street team. You know, other people might have did it, but I perfected it. And at any given time, I remember one time, Def Jam needed some girls for an event. We came outside with 100 girls. Nobody's topping that. You know, I'm pulling up in 15 passenger vans, jumping out with 20, 30 girls. I'm going to the club, 20, 30 girls. Nobody knew. My mom was like, "Son, are you a pimp or something?" I was like, "Nah, ma, they pass out flyers." And so people ain't really, then you know, I still was affiliated with the streets because I was outside so much. I knew all the goons. I knew, because I was, you know, I would help people with different situations, and sometimes dudes from the streets, they didn't know how to do certain things. And I would really sit down with some niggas. I would even teach some people how to read, you know, because niggas wasn't going to class, niggas wasn't going to school, so they was comfortable enough to come to me and be like, "Yo, big homie, man, like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't really know how to read like that." And I'd be like, "Damn." So I didn't even realize my purpose in life was to be helpful. But yeah, the all-female street team is how I got known, and it was amazing. Like that, even that, nobody will ever top that again, because it's the time and space that it was done in. You know, girls, and they were smart. And you know, we had different girls that did different things, different reasons, but you know, all the smart females in our office, the pretty girls that were smart, I kept them away from everybody. Nah. Y'all stay in the office. Y'all are smart. Y'all don't get mixed up with the club girls that we send to the clubs, because I don't know what they be doing. But y'all stay in the office, and it's good to see that. You know, a lot of them, all my assistants, people who ever work for me, you know, it makes me feel good that they still got mad respect for me, and you know, I can call them at any time and they'll do something for me. So, you know, I think that's the best part, to have a long-lasting relationship with most of them, and you know, they really held the office down. Without them, I don't know if the company would have been as impactful, to be honest. So shout out to all the women out there that ever worked with me, and just shout out to Black women, period. You know, there's a certain essence that Black women come with that can't be found anywhere else either. It's there. Well, you know, you don't want them to be mad at you, but granted, you're doing the right thing. You know, the level of loyalty. Now, I don't know about today's time, but back then, the level of loyalty, the level of support that you would get from Black women was just phenomenal. And, you know, I was glad to be able to be a man in their life if they didn't have fathers or whatever it was, just looking for somebody that was teaching people how to do stuff without wanting nothing in return other than the work to get done, that I was able to plant that seed, because a lot of them now are successful at running their own businesses, and they might call me once in a while, big homie, I just opened my own store, I just started my own law firm, and it's because of you, because I saw this. So that's probably the greatest feeling outside of making money, is having that